What's going on, everybody? I'm your ultraviolent siren and your favorite indie hype girl, Kakeface, Karlee, and welcome back to another episode of X Brand Unleashed. This is episode 26, and today it's going to get a little wild. Today we have someone, we have seen him on White Trash Wrestling, POR Stunts, X Brand Wrestling, and so many others. He's also the current White Trash Wrestling Loco Champion. He's a wild motherfucker with an amazing future ahead of him. Please help me welcome Crazy Dave ASBURY. How are you doing,
Hello.
Dave?
Hi. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing phenomenal. You know, I have to tell you though, I have to be quiet because I could not get any reception out where I live in my nice little home. So I had to find somebody's home to get connection in. But we're not. So if you hear people talking above me, they don't know I'm down here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you know what? We will, and if we have to, we'll kind of mouth shit to each other. We can, however it works. I'm just glad you're here.
I'm glad too.
Well, I want to know, Dave, when did you become a wrestling fan? Like, how old were you? And, what was it like growing up, becoming a wrestling fan and everything?
Becoming a wrestling fan was always a big thing to me. I know. I remember being about 4 or 5. And I remember my grandfather, he used to get these little squirrels in the backyard. And I think he remembered seeing these on VHS. And he would dress these little squirrels up as a dude. He would call him Squirrely Rhodes. I believe his name was Dusty. Squirrely Rhodes and the Macho Man. Those were his 2 favorite. He dressed the little squirrels up and he'd make them wrestle like little action figures.
Wow.
So the little, and you would tell who won, whichever one's little head popped off right at the end. That was the winner. That was the understandable winner. That man was you think I am crazy? That man was psycho.
I guess you could almost argue that might be one of the first like death matches type of thing. Very abstract version for sure.
It's what's rotted my brain away, but the scientists will tell you I've been crazy my whole life. But you never know.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, when did you end up discovering, like, more of, like, the ultraviolet side of wrestling, like, more of, like, the dangerous, wild side of wrestling?
I remember the first time I got the thirst for blood. There was this nice bully at my school. I don't remember his name, though. But I remember the scream he let out when I chopped his head off behind the school. But they said that I was totally fine. Well, that's what the voices in my head said. They said I was fine. I did pretty good. But I think that's where I gained a lust for blood. I love making people squirm in just fetal position. It's my favorite thing to do.
That is absolutely amazing, by the way, everyone. The whole head thing, that is, of course, alleged. Of course, our lovely Dave would never do such a thing, of course. But
Of course.
Of course. But of course, to the bully, we wish you well.
Rest of pepperonis, sir. He was Italian.
Yes, rest of pepperonis. You know what? I wish I was Italian so I can, die the same way. So when did you have that light bulb moment of realizing that, you wanted to pursue professional wrestling more than just like, like a fandom, like, wow, I really want to do this?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. My bad. Oh, my first turning point moment was just... Did you hear that? No? Okay. My first turning point moment, I think, was more of, not a turning point, but of like a concussion. I remember getting into a fight at school, and I remember just getting pushed off the swings, and I landed right on my head. And I remember it just changed. Something clicked in me that day to stop being pushed over, to stop letting people walk across me and to start taking what I want. Sometimes that fails, and sometimes I prevail. but it's about when I prevail that is important. People
Absolutely.
try to brainwash me and try to talk things into my head like Mr. Chando's been trying to do.
Ooh.
He doesn't know, though. There's nothing going on in here, man. You can't talk into nothing. It will never talk back.
That's true. It's like kind of like talking into a void. It's almost like impossible.
Avoid, avoid, avoid. Avoid Crazy Dave. They tell him to stop, but the voices in his head won't stop talking.
So,
Ask your next question.
yes, sir. So, like, once you finally realize, like, look, I want to do this and everything, when did you start making the moves to like making it a reality? Like, when did you start training? Where did you go to train?
I remember one of my first shows I ever went to with the White Trash Wrestling. I hid out in their little garage area and just tried to survey the area. I did not want people to know who I was because I was all over the newspapers at the time for no reason. But I remember I was approached by a man one day. A man, he came up to my shack. Yeah, he remembered meeting me at one of these little mud shows, and he said he wants to bring me to his school. So I eventually moved to the city for a little bit. I was staying in a trash can off of Philly. His name was Drew Gulak, former
Wow.
WWE man. He found me and he said, "Son, you're looking washed up, but I think you can shine." And he invited me to the feast that is called Catchpoint Pro Wrestling. Him, Mr. Tracy Williams, Miss Layla Hirsch, and a bunch of others, good teachers in that school, all taught me the crazy moves that I need to portray what I'm feeling on the inside. Sometimes a man can't express his emotions through words, so I express it by hurting people. I express it with my hands, with my feet, with the insane strength that I hold to carry all these emotions deep in my head and in my heart. As if I finally explode, this world will be no more use.
Wow. I mean, you're truly a poet. You kind of scare me in a good way, in a very, very good way, sir. So, I gotta know, with everything you've told me thus far about you, I would love to know what is the inspiration behind, the Crazy Dave. I mean, name. I can definitely see there's some
A friend has
real
approached me.
life inspiration from here, but
Hello there, creature. How are you? This is one of my friends. He is a main acquaintance of Mr. Crazy Dave.
oh
I don't know how
hi.
he got down here, but he seems. Oh, there he goes. What was your question? I was infatuated by the little canine beast.
I would love to know what was the inspiration behind your name of becoming into this, like Crazy Dave Asbury. Obviously, I can tell there's a lot of real life inspiration for sure.
Oh, absolutely. There's always been a thing. My actual name is Dave. The crazy part just comes because, the people in the hospital, they decided to give me that nickname because what I used to do was in a nice padded white room, I would
Oh,
love to try and find color. And the only way I could find color was to get the thirst and the lust for blood, and I would take it out and I would scratch my skin so hard that the blood would start to come out, and I could paint the room the nice pretty red. But the Asbury part comes in that I am naturally from Asbury Park, New Jersey. People don't know that, but it's not where I live anymore. It's just where I grew up, where I caused a lot of wreckage. They've cleaned up the city now, but they cannot clean up the man named Crazy Dave.
Are you allowed to talk about any of the carnage you left behind before you left New Jersey?
I can only talk about the carnage that I didn't leave behind. The carnage that I like to call my parents. They were not left behind, they were disintegrated when I burned down my childhood home due to my mother. My mother would not let me have what I wanted, because what I wanted was to kill. And she always said, Dave, the bad men will take you away. But they can't take me away if you can't call them, Mother. They can't take me away. They can't take me away.
Oh, um, so, um, my condolences about your parents. You okay there, Dave?
Hello, I am back. The little canine friend decided to scoop up behind my chair and knock it over, but I am back.
That's okay. That is okay. I actually thought you might have been caught by the people's house that you're in. I was like, uh-oh, like we gotta wrap this up already. I'm scared.
Sleep. I may have slipped something into them before they went to sleep.
Oh, that's that's good.
For a while.
Ah, kind of like the whole like, oh, does this rag smell like chloroform to you type of thing, or like a little slippy slip into the drink type of thing.
It's always the nice thing to make people feel calm before the storm comes, as they usually say. But when it comes from me, you want the calm before the crazy comes. Because once I come and I get a hold of you, you will not be walking away. You will be limp for the rest of the day.
Wow, that is a hell of a threat there. Absolutely. So, like, when did you have like your first match after training and everything? Was it like a normal like your like I guess like a normie type of match, or was it a death match already?
Um, I remember having my first match. This was pre-training with the white trash wrestlers, and I remember I showed up there acting like a nice fellow, acting like a good person until they rung that bell. And when they rung that bell, something clicked into me that until I am done incapacitating my opponent,
Hmm.
there are no limits to what I may do.
Ooh.
And I remember, I believe I had taken a loss from my first match, but I remember I was screwed over.
Hmm. How were you
Lots of
screwed
these
over?
things, lots of these times, I get so close to achieving the dream that is to finally take out one of my wretched opponents that I have been thrown to. But something always gets in the way. The referee, the last time the man that got in the way was myself, because they put a bag over my head. They
Hmm.
forced me. They forced me to they forced me to dig deep into my dark past of being in the darkness and being alone in the shadows of conspiracy. They say Crazy Dave, he killed his family. There's no record that I did that.
That's true. You have a very good point. Very good
Don't look it
point.
out.
Don't look it up.
Did not do that.
I promise I definitely won't. Let me just scratch that off my list of to do later.
It's like I
Anyway,
scratched my arms too hard. Stop bringing up the past, Karlee.
I
We are in the
I am
present. We are
so
looking at the future of X Brand, and that is
you're,
me.
you're
Ask
absolutely
me
right.
something important.
Yes, yes, sir. Um, you mentioned white trash wrestling quite a bit, and obviously that seems like where you got a lot of your start of and it definitely like in the deathmatch stuff too. I would love to talk about like how you got further into white trash wrestling and also ended up becoming the current local white trash wrestling local champion.
I remember winning the Loco Championship, and I was a hard-fought man in that match. I battled a brother of mine, Mr. JB Havoc, who's the current WTW champion, who better watch his back. Never know who will come for that title. Two Champ Dave sounds pretty nice, but the thing is, that day I had to take the sacrifice no man has ever done before in that backyard, and I jumped out of Mr. White Trash's tree in his backyard. Nice thump to the ground, because Crazy Dave just doesn't get crazy enough. Eventually we got to the top, and I was on the pathway, the stepping stone to greatness. And I was interrupted by Mr. Havoc, and I proceeded to grab him by the throat and choke slam him off the ladder. And I prevailed to greatness while he sunk back down to the bottom. But I will give the man the credit. He has prevailed and become the champion since then.
Wow.
I congratulate you, Mr. Havoc. But there might be one thing that can beat Havoc, and that is crazy. So you better watch out.
Wow.
One of my favorite matches, though, Miss Karlee, because I'll give a shout out to a brother of mine that I can recall and remember, was against a Mr. Robo Stoner. May God rest his soul. I may not believe in Mr. God up there because the people have rotted my mind. As long as he's keeping my brother Robo safe, he can have all he wants inside here.
Yeah, definitely, everyone, at home, just take time to, just remember Robo Stoner. He was an amazing part of white trash wrestling.
The man who threw me onto a damn barbed wire trampoline. Do you know how many different things get stuck to there? When you get clipped on and it just grabs upon to your pants and you proceed to bounce because it's a trampoline and it rips the flesh off of your skin.
Yeah.
I loved it. Every single second. I wish I could do it again.
Speaking of crazy shit like that, no pun intended, like, I saw that, you've also done stuff with POR, and that was, like that trampoline with all the crazy shit is definitely something that they do as well. Like, tell me about the, time that you had like in POR and everything.
Oh, I remember I had a great triple threat match with the people over at POR, with Mr. Jesse Daniels.
Ah, yes.
Another man from a nice little part of town called Wisham Motherfucker Woods. I do remember this. He lives over near my cousin's.
Oh.
I don't know if
I'm very familiar with that area.
One of my cousins, because I am Mr. Crazy Dave, his name is Mr. Insane Lane. People don't know that knowledge.
Shout out to Insane Lane BL.
I believe he lives down in the southern parts while I rule the northern territory. But Mr. Jesse Daniels, I still want my singles match. You put your title up in a triple threat because you were afraid to fight me in a singles competition. I would love to take the dance, 30 man.
Ooh. I would love to see that match with you and the Death Eater, Jesse Daniels, just one-on-one. That will be absolutely incredible. I mean, with how talented both of you are, I can just imagine how it will be just
my territory, or I'll come down to yours, brother. I just want to see you in that squared circle right alongside me.
I would love to see that.
One of the two.
I would absolutely love to see that. So how did you end up getting involved with X Brand? Because before I did a lot of, like deep diving on you and like watching a lot of your stuff, of course, that was like one of my first glimpses of you. And, that was when I really was like, wow, I'm really enamored because, you have an amazing way in the ring. You're very captivating and you can draw a crowd. You're just fantastic. So how did you end up in X Brand? How did you get involved with them?
I remember the day that I was approached. A novice short man came to my front door with a little flyer. I believe he said his name was Mr. Justin. He came to my door in my shack. I did not know where he came from, but if the man found me, he must have been important. And this little flyer said, X-Brand Basement Wars. And I'd never been in a basement war before, but I've fought in many people in my own basement. I might have to fight somebody in this one. I don't know yet, but
Fingers crossed. Hopefully the drugs work that you did in their drinks and maybe they're out. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
hopefully my drugs will work. Sometimes I take my sanity pills just for things like this. You don't want me to go too crazy in the interview because then you won't have anything conjugal.
Fair. Fair. So you get a flyer from, Justin in your shack, so about these basement wars. Tell me about your first experience then. So that was the first experience, was these basement wars?
It was the basement wars, and then I remember going on in one of my first matches at the Carnival of Chaos, I believe, against Mr. Michael White Trash, the owner of WTW, who has been reaching out to me recently. He came and stopped by my shack the other day. I don't allow very many people to come out, but when the promoter, Mr. Michael Trash, comes out, I say hello. And he had talked to me about forming a tag team, potentially. It is not set in the books because sometimes Crazy Dave does not like to work alongside people. People can't comprehend my brain, so I shall not trust them to take care of it.
Fair enough. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff from you from X-Brand. I mean, you had a match in the cave with Stephen Havoc.
I was the first person from X-Brand to fight in said cave due to the fact that I was the first entrance in the cave. I will put that. I don't know who gave them the directions to my cave, but apparently they decided to use it. They cleaned up very well, so I was not mad at X-Brand, but that is my vacation home.
Oh, wow. Beautiful spot, by the way.
Oh, it is very lovely, especially when it's nice and cold out, because all the nice moon rocks and everything else inside my beautiful cave get all shiny.
Ooh, yeah. I can only imagine. And I love cold places too. So, I mean, that sounds like a perfect place to have as like your vacation home for sure. And, shout out to X-Brand for cleaning up and everything. Thank you for making Dave's Cave look good afterwards. That's good. That's good. And, you've had, quite a few, really cool matches. You were in Vegas. You were part of the Scramble.
I was.
Yes. And
I was in Vegas because X-Brand, everybody involved in that little road trip should be in jail due to the fact that they took a stranger in their car. They took me, Mr. Crazy. I didn't want to go to Vegas. I don't like to fly. I don't like the big birds in the sky they call planes. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but it's not a plane. It's a big-ass bird like from Sesame Street.
I can confirm you're correct.
They drugged me, and they stole me, and they threw me outside of a damn Denny's.
They couldn't even afford Waffle House.
Clip. They threw me out the fucking Denny's.
My God. I mean, do you wish, instead of a Denny's, do you wish maybe it would have been like a different place? Do you prefer like a Waffle House? Okay.
We are Waffle House.
Okay. I was about to say, I feel like maybe the situation may have been a little bit better for you if you were like, outside of like a Waffle House or something. Random side thing, do you have like a Waffle House order that you do? Of course, I'm not Malcolm Muscle or anything, but what is your, do you have a go-to Waffle House order?
No, I do not go out in public.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So one of the things that happened, of course, your match in Vegas.
I am a very big fan of waffles in houses. I do like the Waffle House. I did not know that this was a restaurant. I just like going to the house made of waffles.
Oh, sure. That makes sense. Absolutely. So the final moments of that match in Vegas were you and Louis Jr. It was for the vacant Going Viral Championship. That ending spot with you two, I mean, you were set on fire. Tell me how that was, those final moments of being so close to getting the title, but essentially losing to someone who, you know, you consider like a friend and everything.
Hot. Very warm. There's fire. What do you expect it to feel like? It's fire. My body, my nice, beautiful, hairy man body was lit on fire due to that little chud they call Louis Jr. That little big boy, huh? The only respect I have for you is from your father.
Oh,
Because that's the only one in that family I'm going to have respect for there, sir. Until I get my rematch for that going viral title. But once then, if you give me my fair rematch, maybe I will take your acquaintanceship close to heart. But until then, no. But the fire I felt was very disrespectful due to the fact that we were inside. Crazy Dave knows the martial code. Why do I know that? Because I set fires. I should know how to set a fire, and yet somehow I went into it. This doesn't make sense. And who put the damn light tubes there? They're supposed to go inside of the light bulbs.
you know what? You're absolutely right. You know, I've always wondered.
I have the light tube right here. You don't see my stupid ass taking it off and smacking myself over the head with it?
I mean, I sure hope not, since, I mean, this is definitely not your house that you're at. I really hope not.
Or it's not. I never said it was.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what? Let's continue. let's continue. So, after Vegas, you know, you had, you know, some pretty cool moments. You ended up going to Arkansas for a deathmatch tournament. And I definitely saw some very interesting spots that you had. You know, tell me how about your time at the deathmatch tournament.
You know, I had a very fun time getting down to the place they call Arkansas for Mr. Natural State Wrestling, I believe it is. I don't know how to spell down there, but that is okay. But I don't know how to spell either, so I pronounce it correctly. It's okay. I had a very fun time. I got to fight Mr. Luke Hateful and a Mr. Cato.
Ooh.
Two very challenging men in the ring, I would say, but most of the time we were outside of it, so I would not know how good they were in the ring. They were great on the outside. I threw Mr. Luke, I believe that's what his name is, Luke, I'll say. I tried to give that man a suplex off of the big scaffold they had there, and yet he countered it, and we both went down a nice slipping slide. It was very fun.
Very awesome.
I also gave the man, you know, I have these very big shoes of mine because I am a very big man who lives in the forest. And I gave that man a very big curb stomp into another big object, a very phallic object.
I recall that. So how did you
gave that to me. That was
acquire
not
said
personal
phallic
use.
object?
I got that from a fan. It was very... I thought it was very funny, you know. Doesn't look very accurate, but very funny.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw the clips, and you know, it was almost like it reminded me of that magic trick from The Dark Knight that the Joker did. You made that shit disappear. I was like, where did that go? Oh my god. So yeah, that was
that was very funny.
Thank you. Thank you. So after the tournament you did, you had, you know, you mentioned it earlier, and you mentioned his name earlier. You had the blindfold match with Jimmy Chondo Lion at, now that's what I call Ultra Violence Volume 2. You know, another amazing match, of course. You know, you did phenomenal. You know, tell me about, you know, your time in with the blindfold match and everything.
You know, I will say this. The first time I met that man, I was not a very big fan of Mr. Chondo, but the more I've recalled and I've heard, I've dabbled in my research on this man, and you know, I'm subtly fond with him. I've heard he's been to Japan.
He has.
I want to go to Japan, and I mean, if the man can make it to Japan, I think he's cool with me. I haven't gotten to experience too much of Mr. Chondo, but I've heard that Mr. Anthrax should be watching out.
Ooh, boy.
That's if he retains against Alex. Stretch could take that title. We'd never know.
That's true. June 6th,
Crazier
we have
things
another
have
show.
happened.
Yeah. Yeah, X Brand has the Ultraviolent House Party June 6th, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, the if I'm not mistaken, is that when you have a match on June 6th too, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe I do. I believe I have a rematch for the Going Viral title.
Yes. And is that going to be with just Louis, or are you?
I do not know yet. I lost Mr. Justin's phone number, so I know where to show up, but I don't know who I've got till I get there.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully maybe he can come by with like a flyer again to the shed or something, kind of give you like a heads up or send a smoke signal.
He knows where I live, even though he knows where I know that he lives.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very that's important too. I guess.
You never even know if I know where you live at, Karlee.
Well,
what if our next interview I'm in your basement? You never know.
God damn it! I knew I heard noises. I mean, as long as you pick up, I don't care. You can stay as long as you want, Dave. And well, I guess technically it is in my basement because if that's the case and the drugs didn't work, I'm still awake.
Yeah, you won't be awake for it when I come there.
Jesus fucking Christ. So, with the match on June 6th, hopefully it's just a one-on-one with you and Louis Jr. for the Going Viral Championship. I think it would definitely be a banger that everyone will enjoy. I mean, you guys tore the house down for like that last part when it was just you two in the scramble. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I want to know what has been, some of your couple of your favorite matches that you've had so far.
Oh, I've had many of fun matches. I remember facing the wicked juggalo man, Mr. Alex Stretch. I had plenty of fun wrestling that man.
Mm-hmm.
I had many fun times fighting Mr. Michael White Trash. More like a mentor. The only way I learned how to wrestle is when I stalked him and his other fellow friends in their little ring in a backyard, just wrestling it out. And I watched and I learned with my bags full of leaves as opponents.
That's fantastic. I want to know, do you have any dream opponents that you'd like to face, or dream promotions that you'd like to debut at?
There's many of places that I would love to appear at and I would love to debut at. The New York Wrestling Convention is one of them. I've heard lots of good things from some fellow X-Brand mates who have been on there.
Mm-hmm. One being the Going Viral
CZW. I definitely want to go CZW, or I want to go up to Texas and go see the Loco Boys of Loco Pro Wrestling.
Yes, please come to Loco. Please, 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 please. Oh my God.
Dream opponents. I'd have to put Mr. Anthrax on there. I want him before he goes, if he does. I don't want Mr. Louis Sr., Real Life Louis. Probably Mr. Necro Butcher. I've always looked up to that man. I want to meet him, and I want to beat him. I would say Masada. That's another X-Brand. That's another CZW brother right there. And I would say lastly on my list, because I think he has great potential for where he's at currently, I want me versus Nico Gray.
Ooh.
I'm going to take that motherfucker to his limits.
Oh my God, that match. I have goosebumps, Dave. That would be fucking incredible. I mean, all those that you mentioned. I would love to see you and Necro, you and Masada, all of that. Oh my God, that's very great list. I want to know, what does deathmatch wrestling mean to you, Dave?
Deathmatch wrestling to me means blood. It means shedding. It means the taste of human flesh and the color, the paste that pours out of that flesh. I get to dabble in it. I get to live my free life to hurt people as much as I want, and nobody can do anything about it. It till that bell rings. Nobody can touch me. Nobody can hold me back from doing what I love, and that is being crazy. It's great, isn't it? Do you like my laugh?
I love it. You have a beautiful laugh. Amazing laugh. Absolutely. You speak a little too many at times, sir. But I want to know, what is your Mount Rushmore within wrestling? 2 different categories. I would like to know, like, your like standard Mount Rushmore and your deathmatch Mount Rushmore.
Okay, so I get 4. 4.
Yep, 4 for each. You can do 4 for standard, 4 for deathmatch.
Yeah.
4. One more. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's too much math.
Okay.
My regular one. Oh man. Stone Cold. Jeff Hardy. Shawn Michaels. Bryan Danielson.
Ooh, great list.
And
Fantastic.
probably 5 for me would be a tie of either Eddie Guerrero or AJ Styles, one of the 2.
Ooh, that's a phenomenal like standard like Mount Rushmore. I love that. That's a beautiful list. I love that. And what about for your deathmatch Mount Rushmore?
Oh, my deathmatch, normal people, not crazy like me, because I'm a crazy but classy, sophisticated person. I'm not putting myself on this list because I don't deserve to be on there yet. I am still learning, and I'm still growing in this passionate game we call deathmatch. But if I had to name my top 5, probably Nick Gage. That is so difficult. I'm putting the Sick Nick Mondo on there. Give me Anthrax on there just because I think he's been doing his shtick. He's been doing pretty solid.
I love that. He's on mine too.
Yeah, probably Masada being on there because I liked him in CZW. That was 4.
Yes.
And if it wasn't, put me on there last.
Perfect. Wonderful. Crazy Dave, what is the craziest thing you've ever? Well, I guess you mentioned you did. You allegedly killed your parents, but besides that, what are some other crazy things that you have done, Crazy Dave?
I've been thrown onto a barbed wire trampoline, as you already know. I got suplexed onto concrete. I got what did I get? I got thrown through the flaming table. I did a dope dive onto Buddy Badcock off of a bar.
Yes.
I was one of the first people to fight in a cave, and I bled like 3 huge piles of blood out of the cave from a gusset plate that got put on awkward. A lot of drugs for sure. That's how.
Fair. All right.
Trying to keep the brain somewhat sane until it's time to go. I don't want to use up all my craziness before I'm able to take it out on my wretched little worms that I call opponents. But I can't tell you the craziest things I want to do because I don't want my future opponents or future peers that might see me to know what I am capable of. Because if you know what I'm capable of, then you know what to fear. And I don't want you to fear Crazy Dave. I want you to accept me into your life. I want you to accept death into your life because once I am there, you will despair.
Ooh. Well, damn, that definitely sent a chill down my spine. So I want to take this time to, ask like some non-wrestling questions real quick. And I call this, your favorite things. I want to know, what are some of your favorite movies that you like to watch?
Oh, I love lots of the horror movies.
Yes.
I heard Mr. Jason seems a little similar to me, but he may have stole it from me. I am a very old, wiser man. People older than people think. Crazy Dave is actually about 15,000 years old, or at least I am up here. You just never
Wow.
know.
You look phenomenal for 15,000 years old. Holy shit. Like,
Absolutely. I've been told that if you take out the dog year comparison, I am only 20 to
oh,
25 years old, but I cannot tell you which answer it is.
okay.
But the thing is, another favorite movie of mine.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what did you just say to me?
I
What
just said,
question did
yeah.
you ask me? You never asked me a question.
I'm sorry. I had asked what movies that you liked, but you had said
Oh,
Jason.
what movies I like? Oh,
Yes,
I
sir.
love Grown Ups. I like Forrest Gump. I
Love
like the
Forrest Gump.
Knucklehead with Big Show in it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember there was that shitty movie with Triple H in it, The Chaperone. Movie sucked. I like Rango, the one with the lizard.
Nice.
Who are you again?
I'm not the person that's your house. You're not in my house, Dave. You're just
Of course
interviewing
I'm
with me.
not,
Well,
because if I was, you wouldn't be talking to me. You'd be asleep.
true. I would be, yes. Although, maybe you are here. Maybe this is like Inception because I am feeling definitely a little sleepy. Uh, oh shit. You okay? Oh. Next of like your favorites, I'd love to know, or like, what's the music that you like to listen to?
The birds. I love to listen to natural sounds because I can't get what they call radio signal out where I live at. I
Hmm.
cannot listen to my favorite artists.
Okay. So when you're not listening to the birds, like you said, mentioned favorite artists. Are there some that you do like when you're not listening to the birds?
Who let you in my house?
You know
How
what?
did
Let's.
you get? I am in this house. Where are you at?
I'm at my house, Dave. I'm at my house. At least
My
I'm pretty
favorite
sure.
music.
I hope.
I am a big fan of the man they call MF Doom. I believe
Mm,
it's what they call that man. He's a spiritual and lyrical genius. And I am a poet myself, so I think we tend to bond.
yeah, I can definitely tell you're a poet for sure. Absolutely. And last, with like your favorites, do you have a favorite snack that you like? And if you're not like a snack type of guy, do you have a favorite food?
My favorite food is usually, I love deer meat. It is what I can hunt down the easiest. But a
Okay.
favorite snack of mine is probably rabbit's jerky or squirrel jerky. Very easy to make. I make it over a nice fire I made near my little homestead.
Not the same squirrels that your grandpa used years
Well, you
ago,
make the
right?
little squirrel pellets by taking their heads and you cook them up. And when you chew them, they go right in your little mouth.
Oh,
They're
wow.
delicious. It's a delicacy of the crazy family.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'll definitely have to try it sometime, Dave. Um, I want to say thank you so much for, coming on here and doing this interview with me. You are absolutely phenomenal. And everything aside, I see a huge future in you. You're a great guy. You're fantastic. You have amazing things going for you. You learn quickly. You're fantastic in the ring. You keep getting better each and every time. You're captivating. And I just cannot wait to see what you do from here on out. And it's just been a pleasure having you on tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So before we go, can you tell everyone where they can find you on social media? Like I know you're usually in the shack, but when you do use social media, where can they find you? Where
When
can
I
they get
tend
merch?
to go into town only certain times and I go up and I'm very covered up. I go to the local library and I log into Instagram, crazy underscore Dave underscore. You can
Okay.
find me on there, the same thing. Or if you find me on the local paper, I did not set that fire. Stop asking me that at shows. It was not me. It's
Hey,
false information.
and I approve that message. It's false information.
Don't make me take this to you at the chair.
Yeah, let's not do the chair. Let's not do that. But do you have any place where you can find merch, and what are some things that are coming up for you show wise?
Show-wise, I will be at X Brand in New Jersey, June 7th, I believe is the date. Not this Saturday, but the next one. I don't know when you release these, but maybe if you did it on time, it would make sense. But the
Hey,
thing is that if you listen to me, if you want merchandise, you better go on to my page and request it. I bring it to me to my shows. Buy the merchandise. Once you buy the merchandise, I can afford better food in my little shack.
beautiful. Well, thank you so much again, Dave. You're amazing. And of course, for myself, you can find me on TikTok, Kakeface_Karlee, Kakeface_Karlee 2.0, and here on the X Brand Wrestling YouTube channel for X Brand Unleashed. And again, thank you so much, Dave, for a wonderful interview. But until next time, everybody. Okay, thanks. Bye.